The Miami Hurricanes are back in the national championship game. Monday night at about 7:50, they will be engaged in combat with an improbable opponent in Indiana. A winner-take-all game for what Miami is hoping will be the school's 6th national title. Can you get a ticket? Do you have any tickets? Been hearing a lot of that in the last few days, and man, they're going for $3,500 and up online, sending many in the Canes Nation into a bit of a frenzy, trying to find any angle whatsoever to get their hands on one, and it's not real easy. A lot of people are not going to get to go to this game. Kind of crazy, but I guess it's a byproduct of the national championship game in the hometown of one of the teams, and kind of creates a little bit of demand for tickets and puts the prices out of reach for most of the fans, quite frankly, who can't afford to spend $8,000, $10,000 to go to games, and even this game, as big as the stakes are. But the Canes are here, not back, they're here. And they've earned their way here with 7 straight wins since the disappointing loss in Dallas to SMU that at the time we thought probably had crushed the season. But now the final hurdle involves conquering a hot Indiana team, which just absolutely destroyed Oregon in the semifinals and has thus captivated the nation, and which has anointed them, quite frankly. Miami is an inexplicable to me 8.5-point underdog in this game. I mean, did they not beat Ohio State? Did they not beat Ole Miss? Did they not take down Texas A&M all in impressive fashion? Did they not beat Notre Dame at the beginning of the year? Miami has beaten every difficult team that it's faced this year. Its stumbles were against Louisville and SMU, but not against the marquee teams that were on this year's schedule. And there is no reason to believe that Miami will show up anything less but prepared on Monday night for an absolute battle royale to the finish. You got a game that does figure to go into the fourth quarter. May the best team win. And you know what? The point spread, it makes good conversation. But honestly, does anybody really, really care? I mean, does it really matter? You've arrived when people start making songs about you, okay? And the Meister Kane hasn't come through with one yet. We'll see if he has something waiting for us tonight. But I did find this nugget online today, and I really felt it was one of the better Canes songs that I've heard. I mean, usually we get a little hip hop, but this is more of a country angle that they brought to the table here for the 2025 Canes. Let's take a moment and check it out. Look out next, rebels tried and still got bent. Job not finished. One more step, this whole city's heaven sent. Carlson, Beck, Malachi, Tony, Mario, Cristobal set the tone. Canes ran drain on them inside the building, sent the rebels packing home. 31-27, scoreboard singing 305 pride. The crowd went feral, nation silent. South Beach took that ride. Carlson Beck walked in big balls. Swagger wrote his legend in the heat. Called a buzz, laughed at all year. Then he silenced every squeak. 2 tutties through the air, 1 on the ground. Calm and cold under bright lights. 18 seconds, 3-yard run. Crushed Mississippi dreams and stole the night. Mark Fletcher hammered wrist. 1-3-3, cleats left in. Ole Miss front got pushed around, folded tents and paid the rent. Malachi, Tony, freshman man, his hands like glue, fearless grin, fourth quarter score, had rebels shook, that kid different, let him in. Cristobal with a love knife, 590s grit, modern shine, rebuilt the U with iron will, turn belief into a sign. Fans went wild, lost their minds, jumping, railing, screaming loud. Shaking Miami, buzzing cameras, catching every crowd. Sun kissed Queensland, orange and green, ride or die, front row glow, South Beach heat and championship dreams. Everybody knows the show. Tech fell first, look out.
doorstep, this old city's heaven sent.
All right, I can't tell you the name of the song. I have no idea, but somebody recorded it. Somebody who's pretty good, in my opinion. And, hey, it's out there. And maybe we'll eventually figure out who did it. And it's funny, I'm sitting here watching all of our guys in the lobby listening to this song. And, the Meister Kane is sitting there like he's got the beats going and stuff. He's trying to figure out what the hell, somebody beat me to the Canes anthem for the 2025/26 National Championship game. And then I got Kane over there saying, what the hell is this I'm listening to? But anyway, at least we got a song to set the stage here for what promises to be a massive night for the Miami Hurricanes on Monday, regardless of whether you got a ticket to go into the stadium or whether you're stuck watching on television. And hello, everybody. I'm Gary Ferman, the publisher of CaneSport.com, and I welcome you once again to the People's Show, CaneSport Live, an edition, a national championship game edition that, quite frankly, over the course of the last 23, 24 years, I'm not sure that we ever felt we were going to have again. We've gone through so many rough Tuesday nights, so many rough weeks. So many weeks of therapy and venting and aggravation and everything else. And, now here we are, a chance to win a sixth national title on Monday night. Congratulations to Mario Cristobal. Congratulations to the team. Can't wait to get there on Monday night. As usual, this is your show. It's going to be driven by your participation. Many of our guests tonight have pre-registered with us. You'll probably recognize a lot of the faces. If we have some openings later in the show, we'll open it up to newbies that want to be on the show. As always, our managing editor, Matt Shodell, is going to be joining me in the first hour of the show. And then the voice of the fan, Bruce Warner, will be coming on board in hour number 2. So let's start out by bringing Matt into the studio here. And Matt, you and I have been joking about this for a long time, man. We remember sitting back in the Rose Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl back when Miami last played for the national title, and we were thinking, we were young writers back then, thinking, man, this is going to be great. We had this CaneSport thing rocking now, and man, we're going to be playing in these big games and playing for the national title every single year. And man, who would have thunk it that a yellow flag would go onto the field that day and that the Miami Hurricanes would never be the same again. And, the weird thing about this deal is we're sitting here playing for the national championship on Monday. This team, it's won some nice individual games. It's won some bowl games, where the playoff games they call bowl games and stuff like that. But in essence, it hasn't won anything yet, Matt. There's no conference title that's been won. This is literally winner take all, whether it's a season of euphoria, a national title, or we're sitting here a week from tonight on CaneSport Live. I guess I need to fix the streamer at the top of the show. We're still calling it Good Morning CaneSport here. Or we're sitting here like lamenting another one that got away from the Canes, and we'll be calling it a season of progress for sure. I mean, I don't think anybody at this point could say it wasn't a successful season, but this is the difference between winning it all and sitting back and reflecting on a season of progress, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
I'm just looking forward to the food in the press box of the national championship game. I hear it's really good. Look, one of us was young when we were at the Rose Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl in 2002, 2003. That's true. That part's half of what you said was true. I ran your song through Shazam. There's an app called Shazam. It identifies the song and who sings it. It says it was sung.
I'm going to get a copyright violation now on this song.
No, it was sung by a group called Seventh Floor Crew. So I don't know if anyone's ever heard of them. And the lead singer is G Reg.
I took the risk there. I said, "There's no way I'm getting a copyright violation on this song. There's no chance."
But look, I mean, this is like the president of the University of Miami said. Miami's a year ahead of schedule. It was a 5-year plan, which Matt Shodell said 2 years ago. I said, 2 years to a national championship. Next year would be the national championship. This year I thought it was playoffs. So they're a year ahead of schedule. I said that actually on our show, and the president reiterated it when you talked to him after the Ole Miss game, which is kind of funny. But what Mario Cristobal has done here, as he's taken a beating from fans at times. Some people have found message board posts from a year ago, 2 years ago, and they repost them. They bring them back to life about somebody blasting Mario for a bad decision or saying Carson Beck sucks from earlier in the season. Shannon Dawson has to be fired. And it's kind of funny because we forget the journey. And we forget the 23 years of pain and disappointment. Now it just feels like what you said. Like, it feels like if they lose this game, all of a sudden, what are we, back to square zero? No. Progress isn't even the right word. Like, you use the word progress. It's not a season of progress. Like, I keep trying to tell you, this is the season that showed Miami's back. You just don't want to hear it. You want to keep saying, it's progress. Until they win a national title, they're not back. If they're competing for national titles, if they're in the playoffs every year for the next 5 or 10 years, like, that's what I want to see. You're not going to win every year. They didn't win every year when they were great. They were great.
Did you just say national title game the next 5 or 10 years? Is that what you just said?
If they're playing for national titles for the next 5 to 10 years, yeah, they used to do that, right?
Yeah,
is that what they used to do?
I'm playing for this thing every year. Okay.
No, not in the game, but if you're in the playoffs, if you're in the mix, if you're late in the season, you're good. Like, no more 9-win seasons, right? You're winning 10 games during the regular season, and from there, whatever happens, happens. Like, that's, to me, being back. I don't know what your definition of being back is, but compared to where we were, I mean, it's light years away. You can't even use the word progress. It's a different dimension. We've gone.
If they win the game, they're back. I think if they don't win the game, it's been a season of enormous progress, but they didn't win anything.
I totally disagree.
Yeah.
Well,
what did they win? We could say, okay, we won the what they called the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, those titles are just titles. They're a bunch of nonsense.
What this season proved to me is that this blueprint, this mystical thing, Marcus Well says, that it works, because what we haven't seen for 23 years is a team that got better as the year went on. We bemoaned it constantly. There wasn't development of players. The team got worse as the year went on compared to other teams. They probably just stayed the same, but other teams got better, right? There was just no development, no coaching, no progress. This is the first time in 23 years we've seen it, and it's really a culmination of roster building and having the right coaches in place that now have shown what they can do when they get guys in the program for 15 games, for 2 years, for 3 years, going on 4 years. So I don't see it going down. I don't see this. This is not FSU. This is not a one-year portal miracle, although, yeah, the portal helped tremendously. A lot of these guys are coming back next year. The only missing piece is a quarterback, quite honestly, because as you look at this year's roster into next year, I know nobody wants to think about next year yet, but the roster on defense is going to be just as good, except for a couple of guys at defensive end you got to figure out, and they're going for portal guys there to help. But it's going to be, I think, a better defense next year, except for maybe 2 defensive ends. And then on offense, you just need a quarterback. Everything else is there. The running back room is going to be better. The offensive line, I think, is going to be just as good. Maybe not quite as great, but just as good. And Elijah Lofton's been hurt all year, and he can finally bring a dimension to the tight ends game if he's healthy. You got pretty good darn receivers that are young. Malachi Toney's going to be in his second year. He'll be a lot better. Everything is looking up. So for you to sit here and be like, it's progress if they lose, it doesn't make sense.
Well, what else are we supposed to call it? I mean,
I just told you that they really are. The program is back. The program is back to competing for national. The program is back to competing at a national level year after year. That's what I think they're at. That's where I think they are realistically.
That's enormous progress, but we can't say we won the
AFC
championship.
How do you compare it as progress? It's not even progress. We were down here. It's like saying.
But they weren't down here last year. They weren't. They were on the cusp of this last year. And now they took the next step this year. Winning this game Monday night is the ultimate step, without question. But they weren't that far below this last year. In fact, last year's team with a little bit better defense would have been right here in a similar situation in the playoff with a chance to get to the end. And
let me ask you a question. If you're in a car and the speed limit's 35 miles an hour and you're going 45, you'd say you're speeding. But what if you're going 95? You're still just speeding? Like there's a different level and you're just missing the level, right? They're at 95 miles an hour speeding down and you're just saying they're at 45. That's what I don't know. That's where the disconnect is.
No, I'm saying they were at 45
using the same word for 45 miles an hour speeding as 95 miles an hour speeding.
No, I'm saying they were at 45 last year, and right now they're at 65. And if they can get to 90, 95 on Monday night, they're going to be the national champions, and the Canes are going to be back.
So if they win one game, they're back. If Mendoza throws an interception, if Mendoza throws a pick six and they win by 1 point, they're back because Mendoza threw a bad pass. That makes Miami back. Just to be clear,
come out 1 point ahead on Monday night, and the Canes are back.
So Indiana's winning by 6 points. They need 1 first down to win with 30 seconds left, and he throws a bad pass that tips off the lineman. It's returned for a touchdown. Now we're back because Mendoza made a mistake.
100%.
That doesn't make any sense.
We can't
bring a caller on. I can't talk to anyone. Just bring a caller on, please.
Listen,
I'll take anybody.
I'm going to let Cane's going to settle this argument. Kane, will you please tell him that the Canes aren't back until we actually win something?
Yeah, you done failed, baby. He right. We back. Because if we didn't beat Texas A&M, what would you say then? What would you say, Gary, if we didn't beat Texas A&M?
That's right.
Okay, what would you say if we did? Wait a minute. What would you say if we lost Ohio State? Where's the progress? We need to get to the championship.
Right.
Then Ole Miss. Man, we done beat all of them. If we lose this game,
reach across me and slap him in the face, Kane. See if you can do it.
I can't. The people I want to smack is the people that got these damn tickets. I'm coming. We season ticket holders, but I bid. We won't nowhere near. It's zero. They sold out.
I'm going to go down and open the side door at 6:45, okay? And you
let me ask y'all this. Why they won't play it on the big Jumbotron?
They will.
That's a great point. They're not going to let people into the parking lots to tailgate. You got to have a ticket, apparently.
Really?
There's not enough spots. I mean, that's what they're saying. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, hell, I can walk across the street and tailgate my damn self. I don't need to because my man live right across the street. 305, baby. I'm in there. But we're back. If we win it, I'm happy. If we lose, you'll be upset. But like Matt said, where's your level? You got to have a level, Gary. We back. And like he said, if it's consistent, our ship ain't going down. We're going to get better. And another thing, I don't believe in this $5 and $6 million for no damn quarterback. I don't think Cam should have got 3. Love him to death. I don't think Carson should have got 4. Love him to death. This shit out of control. Is it out of control, y'all? Or just the way it's going to be? Matt, what they going to do?
It's not out of control because that's what the market is now.
That's what the market is. Okay, so next year, what's it going to be? But wait a minute, hold on. Before that,
it is unsustainable if you want to make money as a athletics program, but there are so many intangibles to it, right? Because you increase your enrollment. I mean, applications. When you're University of Miami and you're in the national title, you're getting a 10%, 20% bump just in students that want to go to your school. You know, you're getting a lot of morale boost among the student body. Listen, if your payroll is $50 to $55 million for your football team, you can literally win the national title, and all the money you made in the playoffs doesn't even equal the amount of money you spent on your roster. But you know, it's a trade-off. I mean, we are in a different era, and it will change. It will become a pro system. There will be a salary cap of some kind at some point. There just has to be. And until we hit that, we got to just keep paying everybody what the market price is, or we're not going to compete.
You know what the funny part is? The COVID, basically that COVID year, that shit is getting ready to go bye-bye for real. So all these veteran QBs, you might not be able to get them in the portal. You might have a red shirt behind a red shirt, and you might have to go get him because COVID gets over after this year. Because think about it, Beck wouldn't have been here. I don't know if Cam would have been. It's a lot of players that wouldn't have been able to play another year due to COVID. Well, so basically COVID is gone.
You have to understand, they're starting to give extra years to guys who stubbed the toe and said they only played 4 games that year because I stubbed my toe and I couldn't play. You know, I mean,
medical red shirt.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of 6-year guys where it's just a little thing and they stop playing and they get a little note from their doctor. Or they have who knows what they have done. If you just an X-ray or an MRI.
Well, I ain't gonna hold the line up. They better put that damn thing on the Jumbotron because you got underprivileged kids, white, black, people. Who gonna fill the stadium? Is it gonna be Miami fans or Indiana fans with the tickets like that? That's what I want to know. Answer that, and then y'all can have this shit.
Just gonna be rich people. Everybody.
Oh shit, rich people. Oh, okay, well,
bunch of rich
cool.
people.
Bunch of rich people. Well, let's go in there because remember here.
What's the face value of the cheapest ticket? Like $600, $550 face value, something like that.
Yeah, that's 550 is upper deck end zone.
Where is that one at? Because I ain't seen it, but I'll look around. But I'm
face value.
People are selling them for $3,500, making $3,000.
Crazy as hell. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Just remember this: there's a pattern, and here's how my pattern goes: SEC, Big Ten, SEC, Big Ten. Give me them 4. That's your national championship. Let's ride or die, baby. 305. Damn everything else. Damn the transfer portal for at least 5 more days. We need this victory, but we are back, Gary. One love. See y'all down there. Maybe, maybe not, but I'll be there Sunday night. Peace.
All right, Kane. I hope you're enjoying the Matt Shodell School of Softness.
That ain't school of softness. It's school of reality. We're back.
Thank you.
We're not back. We haven't won a damn thing yet. We got to win Monday night. We're back.
You know what? I wish we would have lost. If we would have lost to Texas A&M, he would have been crying the motherfucking blues. Oh, God, we lost. We're never going to be back. Gary,
good football game.
Gary, you got to change your mindset. You got to listen to Matt sometime. You have to. You have to.
CaneSport going to keep a Reuben Bain notebook on you, Gary. He's going to write F. Gary Ferman, F. Gary Ferman, F. Gary Ferman.
I'll never say that to him. He just need to smoke some weed and lighten up. 305, ride or die. The sun has risen and still rising. Peace.
All right, Jake. You guys are soft. Listen, you got to win something to be back. Okay, I will absolutely.
What do you mean by something? You mean the ACC title? What do you have to win? What do you have to win?
An ACC championship, even an ACC championship, I don't think would have qualified.
Thank you. At least you say that correctly.
Teams are making enormous progress.
Do you understand that the conference title game means nothing? Who cares if they're in it or not? It doesn't matter as long as you make the playoffs. It's stupid to even have it.
Then no, there's only one game that matters, and that's the one Monday night. And until you win that one, you're not back. You're not back.
No, I thought winning a playoff game. I think you win a playoff game every year. And then you make your way through the playoffs and you have your chances.
Standard, man. The standard was kicking everybody's ass and winning national titles and playing for the national title almost every year. They
won 5 national titles in a span of 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't play for the national title that often. So the fact that we're playing in the national title again.
How many other times did they play for it?
Not that often.
No, I believe it was
in that span of 20 years.
Yes. They played for it at least 3 other times.
I would have said 3. Yeah, I would have said 3. So 8 out of 20 years. So now we're in it again. And I have a feeling we're going to still be in the playoffs for a while here. And you can make a run every once in a while. And I just think they're back in that cycle. All I'm saying is I just see them being back. I see them being back in that cycle, which means to me that they're back. Like if you're back in the cycle of competing for national titles, you're going to have a chance to be in it maybe 8 out of the next 23 years or 8 out of 20 years. Like that's what I see coming. So I'm saying they're back in that cycle. So that means they're back to me, Yeah.
Well, let's argue next Tuesday on that subject. Right. I want to give a shout out to my man, Elite Cuban Kane, who remembers the 10 years that I pounded the table and I said, we must go get Mario Cristobal and bring him home. He is the guy that can do this. And man, I'll tell you what, I did do that. And I did aggravate 1 or 2 coaches along the way. But you know what? Even when I was doing that, I never imagined how hard this was going to be. And, the way that Mario has willed this into existence is one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed in my entire life, to be honest with you. Just the hours that he works, every single day, year round, constant recruiting, just never, very rarely taking a day off. And it's taken every bit of that for 4 years to get to this game on Monday night. And all those years that I was pounding the table saying, we've got to get Mario. Mario's the guy that can do it. If I realized what it was going to take, I don't know that I would have wished it on Mario or anybody else because he literally has sacrificed his entire life to do this. And as far as I'm concerned, I hope the fan base gives him a pass now for into eternity for getting this program back to this place because I mean, he has sacrificed his entire life these last 4 years to do this. And we're all getting to enjoy it now in all various different ways. Some of us, you know, some people are going to have to watch on TV. But his effort over the last 4 years is what has made this possible. And I knew he was up to doing the job. I never imagined that the job would end up being what it's been. And it's just been the most insane thing I've ever seen. All props to him and congratulations to him for pulling this off. All right. I don't know about you guys. I'm dying to hear what Greg thinks about all this. So, you know, Greg, I hope you have something to scream at Matt about. But welcome back to CaneSport Live. And what you got for us tonight?
Okay. Win or lose tomorrow, Monday night, we should be thankful because based on what's going on in this portal, we're going from the penthouse to the outhouse very quickly. Emory Williams, we're an 8-win team at best, okay?
You're already worried about next.
What the hell, Matt? Out of the 4 guys we got so far in the portal, how many are free agents in your opinion?
Oh, Lord. You know, nobody's asked me that yet. Let me take a quick look here. I guess, you can't call Carter that yet. I mean, Jacobs and Vaughn, I know people like them a lot, but they haven't really put up big numbers. Thornton is. I'd say 1. Thornton.
Okay, 1. Okay.
1 for 4. But they're after more guys. They're after more guys. Damon Wilson. There's other guys after their free agents for sure. An offensive lineman will be a free agent.
You're looking at Thornton and you're seeing like a Keontae Scott, Jacoby Thomas level player.
I don't want to compare him to Keontae Scott. I wouldn't do that to anybody. But I see a playmaker. You know, he's always around the ball. He's a very athletic. I think he had 90 tackles. Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
If he's a free agent. He's what you would call
a free agent. He's a free agent. Yeah, to me, he's a free agent's a high producing player at a high level program. I mean, ACC program, he's a high level producer. So yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah, I see a portal effort that's having a hard time getting off the ground, Greg. You know, I mean, they're playing for the national title. It's very, very hard to be recruiting at an elite level.
So is Indiana. They're bringing in guys left and right. They're playing for the national title, aren't they?
Let me explain something, Greg. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm sure you do, but the NCAA is punishing the championship teams this year because there's no second portal window, right?
Right.
And the portal closes for every other team except Miami and Indiana players. It closes January 18th. So Miami enrolls in classes January 21st. I'm sorry, they already enrolled. That's the last day to add a class. Anybody not at Miami in class January 21st as a transfer, as a student, whatever it is, they cannot participate in spring football. So anybody in the transfer portal that wants to play, they all want to be in there for spring practice wherever they go. If they are not at Miami in class by January 21st, they're not coming to Miami, okay? Why is that a problem? Why is this punishing Miami and Indiana? Because neither of these schools knows yet for sure who's leaving after the championship game. They think they know, but these guys have 5 days after the championship game for other teams to come and tamper with them, just like everyone else does in the world. An agent calls the guy the day after the championship game. Hey, didn't want to bother during the championship. If you go in the portal, I got a team that's going to pay you $1 million, whoever it is. They could have a mass exodus, either of these programs, and can't replace them because all the top portal guys have already enrolled in other schools, already signed contracts with other schools. This is a disaster for Miami and Indiana, potentially. So, Miami's already worked and signed contracts with a lot of guys, but they also haven't yet with a lot of guys. And I'm not going to go through the names, but they haven't. Some guys just haven't signed for next year. And so Miami has to just sort of hope or guess, want and need. I don't know how you put it, because once January 21st hits, there's 0 additional players coming on this roster for the entire year. They don't let seniors who are graduates come in the portal anymore. You can't transfer as a graduate student anymore. So there's nobody else you can add except leftovers in the portal that couldn't find a home for spring practice. That's all that's left come post-spring for the regular season.
Hold on a second. Why can't they enroll in the summer?
They changed the rules. because they changed the rules. Yeah,
So
they used to let
agrees with you, by the way.
they used to let graduate students transfer
No,
whenever they
not
wanted.
graduate, any player.
They closed the
As
second
long as you're in the
window.
portal by whatever date, you can enroll in the summer, can't you?
Correct. Yes, but everybody who's of any quality in the portal wants to be at their school by spring practice. The portal closes January 18th, so anybody can choose a school before they enroll in spring, right? You choose the school, you enroll, and you play in spring practice. So you can start. You get a head start on the system, head start on the depth chart, impress the coaches, and you're a starter, right, for the next year. That's why you transfer there. So the players who are any good aren't waiting for the summer. They're not sitting around saying, oh, I just want to do spring practice. I'll wait until May to make my decision. They're all deciding now. Do you understand?
Okay. Now, can you explain to me why is there
you, Greg? He agrees with you. He's saying we had the dumbest portal strategy this year, and next year we're going to pay for it. First of all, I'm not sure there was a portal strategy this year because they did not want to make the portal a focal point of the program while they were playing in the playoff, trying to win a national championship. And if you have a lot of players coming in, and the current team is looking over its shoulder saying, damn, they're bringing that guy in to take my job. How are you expected how can you expect kids to prepare with 100% for playoff games, now a national championship game, when you're sitting there floating through guys that are going to take their jobs in spring practice? And, it was a real conundrum for Mario and the staff. And plus, you don't want your assistant coaches spending their time on that either. They need to be spending all their time on game planning now for Indiana. So they've picked their spots. They've gotten a few players, but it has not been even close to what the normal portal effort would be. Now, if you want to argue that they're going to pay for it next year, they might. And they may pay for it next year because they may not have as complete of a football team in 2026 as they would have had with a normal portal effort. But something has to give because of the situation that the NCAA created when they set up this calendar. And Matt's right. Miami, it seems that you made the point. Indiana has been able to bring in some players. I haven't really evaluated how good they are or whatever. But Miami chose this path to be very selective in the portal and make very few moves. And it'll either work out or they may pay for it next year. You could be right.
Yeah, and by the way, one more thing, because somebody asked a question, I don't know, about the Wisconsin kid, Xavier Lucas, what did he do to come here, right? That will not happen anymore. The reason he was able to unenroll at his school and come to Miami, and you could say, oh, any kid could do that in the summer. Why don't they just do that? Well, they can't. The reason he was able to is it turns out he did not have a valid contract signed with Wisconsin. And believe me, every single transfer and returning player at all these other schools that's any good, those schools are signing contracts with these players. They're signed to NIL deals. They're signed with the colleges now directly through the $20.5 million deal that was made through Congress. So that is not going to be happening anymore. That was really a one-off, a really strange situation, and that's not something that can happen anymore. We just unenroll and go to another school because they're all under contract now. That's just the way it is. Sorry.
Okay.
So anyway, see ya, Greg. So respond, Greg. You haven't even spoken.
Yeah, I'm letting you talk. Why did they have a dead period Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week?
Because they're awful. They're awful people. That's why.
Okay.
They give you 2 weeks as a portal player to take visits, see where you want to go for your next home, and then they take 2 of the days away. 2 of the days away. It makes zero sense. What the NCAA did to Miami and Indiana is unforgivable. And Mario Cristobal was asked about it at a press conference, and he was begging the media to make a big deal about it and find a solution because it's untenable and ridiculous and awful and stupid. It's just insane to give 5 days for your own team to leave and you can't bring anybody else in, to have 2 weeks of a portal process in the middle of preparing for the national title game. I mean, it's just insane.
Okay. You realize we're losing 4 guys on the offensive line and 3 or 4 on the defensive line. How in God's name do you think we're going to be anywhere close to as good next year? Without a quarterback a
Well,
quality quarterback.
Okay,
Explain
so
this to me.
you want me to take this one, Gary?
Yeah, please, Matt. You're the one who said we're going to the
Yeah,
championship.
I'll explain why.
I want to hear this.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so Jackson Cantwell is the new Francisco Mauanoa. Okay, he'll start at left tackle or right tackle. They're going to bring in a tackle in the portal, a high-level tackle, either from South Carolina, most likely, or this very high-priced guy that's now in the portal. But they'll get a tackle in the portal. That's what they need. Okay. Now you got you have Matthew McCoy back at guard. You have Samson Okunlola back at guard, who they think Samson could have started anywhere this year. And then at center is interesting because they think Ryan Rodriguez can get an extra year now because of this stub toe rule, right? He was hurt. He didn't play that many games a couple of years, so he'll get an extra year. And I think he will. And they view him as a really good player when he's healthy, right? And then you have SJ as his backup, hypothetically. So you have a really old 6-year center who's been in the system forever. Most importantly, he's from Columbus High School, because that's honestly all that matters. That's most important, is that he's from Columbus High School. And then you asked about the defensive line, right? So you already saw if Marquise Lightfoot can put on some weight, what he's going to be. He's going to be a monster. Hayden Lowe, you guys haven't even seen him. I'm telling you, I've seen that guy in practice. He is a freak. He will start for sure next year. He could play tackle. He could play end. He is sick. He picks up 330-pound linemen and throws them. Literally picks them up and throws them around the field. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've never seen anything like it. And then you also have Armando Blunt, who's ready to emerge. Pickett, a former 4-star, 5-star, depending on where you look. I mean, you go down the list, right? And then you're going to have Justin Scott back at tackle. I don't know. Ahmad Moten's the key, honestly. They got to pay the kid because he's had a good enough playoffs. Like, I thought for sure he's coming back. But now you hear from some NFL scouts that he's moving up these draft boards. Now, I don't think he'll be in the first or second round. So I think as long as they pay him, he'll come back. But you do get some concerns about it, right? So Moten has to come back. If he doesn't come back, that's a mess. And that's another one of these problems with the portal. He could decide after the bowl game, I just found out I'm going to be in the second round. This team told me for sure they'll take me. I'm leaving. And it's too late for Miami to replace him. This whole portal thing is just, I can't even stress to you guys enough how bad it is, how it puts Miami behind the 8 ball because of Miami extending its season so long, right? Because they already would have known by now, if the season was over, what Moten was doing. He would be focused on what he's deciding to do. He'd be meeting with his people. He'd be talking to his family. He'd have made a decision. I don't think he has made a decision yet 100%. So it's just a little bit of a mess.
My last point, I want to agree with Matt. The conference championships are a waste of time. 3 of the 4 teams in the semifinals didn't play in them.
Yep. Expand the conference, expand the playoffs, and make the conference regular season champion. Give them a playoff spot. And that's it. Just for the top 4 ranked highest regular season conference champions. Those 4 get a spot. And then the top 4 get a bye in the rankings. And then you go down there to number 16 and you're done. It's like not that hard to do. It's just these people are a bunch of morons.
All right, I just want to tell you the basketball team's up by 7. They got an excellent starting 5. Their bench is hot garbage. We'll see what happens.
It'll get better.
All right, I'm going to predict the Miami 27-20.
All right, sounds about right to me.
That's it.
All right, Greg.
Go Hurricanes.
Greg has spoken. And so it shall be.
Next Tuesday night, hopefully celebrating a victory here on the show.
What quarterback are we getting, Matt?
You don't want to know.
I want to know.
I mean, they're. I don't think they know. I really don't think they know.
Isn't it getting late?
They didn't look. I mean, from what I've heard, they didn't love Levitt. They weren't going to go and pay him more than he deserved. They just didn't love him, right? So they wanted Sorsby, and they didn't get him. And then they were trying to entice Ty Simpson to come back, but that was really a non-starter because if he's going to be a late first rounder, you got to offer him $10 million, and they weren't going to offer him $10 million.
I don't know.
For him?
If they wanted him to come back, they'd have to get $10 million. Yeah, I think they offered 7.5. You got to offer 10 because that's what he's going to make. He's going to make his contract. If he's a late first rounder, is going to be worth $16 to $20 million over 4 years. And
so are we going to be spending it on other players if we're not paying $10 million to a quarterback?
It's not an issue, okay? They're making what $25-30 million here.
They're at this point they're gonna have to find somebody that's gonna come in and compete, not that's gonna come in and definitely be the starter, if that makes sense. You know, there's just nobody left out there that I see. Where
How about Lagway?
he'd come in and have to compete. He's not going to start. You know, they're not going to say, okay, Lagway's our starter. If he wants to come here and they want him, then they'll just have to. It'll be an open competition. Like whoever they bring in, it will be an open competition because there's nobody left where they're the head and shoulders above Emery, you know, or Luke. So, you know.
All right, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for taking the call.
All right, Greg. The Canes fan is lamenting not buying national championship game tickets in advance. Who would have ever, like, you're not sitting there back when they went on sale, and I'm not even sure what the on sale date was. You're not sitting there saying the Canes are going to be in the national title game, and the tickets are going to be selling for $3,500 and up. And listen, I would give yourself a little forgiveness on that. All right, the Meister Kane, he's got the fever. Yeah, I've been watching him sitting here rehearsing ever since I heard that song at the top of the show. So I can't wait to see. Now, you got a tough act to follow, Meister, with that.
Hey, listen, I got a Kid Rock version of this song here. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it should sound pretty good.
All right,
It's
man.
called-
One, 2, 3.
Hard
Let's
Rocks
hear
are
it.
Knocking. Did you hear me? It's called Hard Rocks Are Rocking. Are you ready?
All right. We're
Here
ready.
we go. There we go. Hard Rocks are rocking. The fans are a knocking. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. Hard Rocks are rocking. Fans are knocking. We got the swag. Put the natty in the bag. Running through the smoke. It ain't no joke. The Hard Rocks are rocking. The fans are a knocking. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. Hard Rocks are rocking and the fans are knocking. Canes are back and work on the attack. Quarterback sacked by swagging defense. Hard Rocks are rocking and the fans are knocking. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. Hard Rocks are rocking and the fans are knocking. Flooded construction, storm obstruction. Weather forecast 6-8. Hard Rocks are rocking and the fans are knocking. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. CANES, go Canes. Miami Hurricane football is just the ballin', just the ballin'. Hard Rocks are rocking and the fans are knocking. CANES, go Canes. We got the swag. Put the natty in the bag.
Another verse.
Oh, it's like James.
You just wrote that just now?
Yeah, just now.
It's like being at a James Taylor concert.
I wrote that. I just made that up now.
All right, Meister. That wasn't too bad.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Now,
Bay for effort for sure.
all righty.
What do you think, man? What do you think? We could get this done on Monday night? What do you
Matt?
think, Mike?
He's asking you.
Oh, he's
I'm
asking me.
you. What do you think? Are the Canes getting this done on
He
Monday?
doesn't care what I think.
Okay. Number one, they are going to win. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Because look at our offensive line. What's the average weight of our offensive line? 331 pounds. Okay. What's the average weight of the defensive line up front? 273 pounds. Who's got the advantage? A 60-pound advantage? That's the weight of my base cabinet, guys. So that's number one. Number two, we got a balanced offensive attack, okay? Got a great running game. We can extend plays during the passing on play action, all right? Try to get the safeties to come on up and get them to bite because Indiana's defense is aggressive. I think Miami can take advantage of that. You know, if Shannon Dawson dials up some good action here. Now, the average opponents that Indiana has played, 85th. Okay, that's another thing too. So I think there's some weaknesses in that defense that Miami can exploit. And if they can do it, they can pull it off. They also have poor eye discipline in the secondary. I've noticed that on the film as well. I think a lot of misdirections and getting the safeties to bite, like that very first play. If he did a hitch and go, that could have been a score right there. Okay. If he pump faked and then threw it down, threw it up the sideline, I think he could have been able to score on that one. The other thing, too, is you want to dominate the time of possession and keep dangerous Mendoza offense off the field for as long as possible because, A, that'll give the defense time to rest and they'll be fresh, and B, it'll keep Mendoza off the field. So that's why I think they're going to win this game. And I think that's why they're going to bring the 6th national title home.
All right, Mike. So
Right where it belongs.
If they win, are we getting a new song next week?
Hey, I'll work on it. I'll work on it. I'll see what I can do. I'll pull a rabbit out of the hat.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good, man. Thank you
All
as
right.
always for being part of the show. Thanks for the music.
All right, you bet. Take care.
See you next Tuesday.
See ya.
Man, I'm like looking at some of these comments tonight, Matt, and people are like a little bit ornery about the portal. I mean, I don't disagree that this has not been a typical Miami portal haul by any stretch of the imagination to this point. But I mean, you have to understand the human element of this and why, they're treading so carefully and why they would not want the portal to be the main focal point right now as they're getting ready to play for the national title. And yeah, I know Indiana signed some guys, and yeah, obviously it can be done, but you have to respect the approach that Mario has taken here. And if guys want to come to Miami that are in the portal, their agents will have made contact with the back office at Miami, and there will still be time for them to come visit and make a decision. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look, is it a little disappointing for fans who are used to seeing Miami take 20 transfer portal guys? Yeah, but I've been saying for a long time that at some point Miami has to sort of get out of that massive transfer portal every single year, relying on it every single year. And I think they're at that point. You look at how many guys are coming back that are really good. Maybe they didn't all start, but I mean, I think that they're on the right track roster-wise.
And you in particular, Matt, you talk about perpetuating this success year after year after year. To do that next year, you are going to need a quarterback, and even if it's maybe Luke Nickel or Emory Williams can rise to the occasion. We've been hearing a lot of buzz about a potential Emory Williams off to the portal after this game, and we're hearing a lot of Judd Anderson off to the portal too, which would make that Miami quarterback room real thin. And I'm not quite sure how they would handle that, but maybe one of those guys sticks it out and rises to the top and is a good enough quarterback. But if this is not without risk, no argument. All right, Sebastian's holding up some signs over here, so let's go to him. Let's go to a little bit of a wide view here so we can read it. Oh, you got a vertical camera going there, Sebastian. Let's see. Missed you in Dallas. Who'd you miss in Dallas, Sebastian?
I missed you, Gary. I was in Dallas, man. I ponied up the coffers and I was there.
All you had to do was hit me up. I was there.
Oh man, it was me, my wife, and some friends. We chucked it up there, and we had great end zone seats. We were on the opposite side. We were on the touchdown. We were on the touchdown side, but on the opposite end when Mark Fletcher scored that first touchdown, and it was insane. And we were along the sidelines when Keontae Scott picked that interception and ran down right in front of us and scored a touchdown, man. And after that play, I can tell you right now, there were a lot of Buckeye fans around us because we were around. We was on the Ohio State side. They traveled with a lot of fans, and you knew at that moment, down 14-0, they were in a game. I mean, these guys were looking past us. They did not believe that their season was ending on that night. They had plans to go a whole lot further. And when Keontae scored that touchdown, it was a different story. I had a Buckeye fan, a female, actually walk by me and just say, F Miami. I was just like, but you're down 14-0.
So before we go down your list here, is Miami back by getting into this game Monday night, or are we here? Is Miami here trying to put the final bouquet on this beautiful adventure of a 2025 season by winning the national title? And I think if you win the national title, you could absolutely say the Canes are back.
Oh, absolutely. If we're fortunate enough to win, because that's what I want to talk about tonight. If we're fortunate enough to win, we're back. But if we don't win and we have a season like this next year, I will say that we're back, because if you look across college football landscape and you look at these NIL rosters and you look at all the money that's being thrown trying to fit together the best team to get to where Miami's at right now, if they have a third year like this, then I can say that you're back. But I'm like you, Gary. We have to win something.
If we win, then we're back, though, right? Is that what you said? I thought that's what you said. Okay.
Yes. I say if we win, then we're back. What I don't want to see happen is I'm just gonna say it. If we don't win, I don't want us to be walking around saying that we're back, because I think what has pushed Miami to this level is the belief across college football landscape of how much disrespect they've shown towards us. I mean, we barely got in the playoff, and we were having a big conversation of should we be ahead of Notre Dame, even though we beat them on the field. We were not favored, except for Ole Miss. We were not favored against anybody that we played in the playoffs, and we're almost a double-digit underdog at home against Indiana. And so, if I was Indiana, I would want it to be a even ball game. I don't want to come down to South Florida with the psyche that we're 10 points better than the team that we're going to play, and they're playing in their home stadium. So that's what I think has fueled this Miami team this season. Now, I'm not saying they overachieved, but the disrespect across college football landscape that we've experienced, I think, has propelled them to new heights and made them play at a whole different level. I'll entertain your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah. Well, I think Miami's the away team, right? So they have to be in the visitor locker room and on the visitor sideline.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But just what I see is the roster being built up the right way, right?
Yeah.
And whether they win or lose this game, to me, it doesn't mean they're not back. If they get killed in the game, I could see an argument for, okay, you know what, it was a mirage. That's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. By the same token, if Mendoza's hurt and Miami wins by 1 point, by your definition, they're back. I would say, I think they're back regardless.
What I think when I say Miami is back, what this year has really done is reshuffle the college football landscape, because it's hard to negatively recruit against Miami. When all these coaches walk through the hallways of all these Florida high school football and see these players, that logo is going to carry a lot of weight. You're going to be having discussions where, do I need to go all the way up north to Ohio State or Michigan or Tennessee or Alabama, or can I do this thing home? And I think that's what's changing. That is what's changing.
Here's what I'm talking about. Okay, this is why they're back. Luke Nickel, I think, is going to be really good. Pringle already showed these are young players that they recruited that are for the future, that have 2 years of eligibility left after next year. Okay,
right.
Pringle, Upshaw, Moore, Malachi Toney, Luka Gilbert's going to be outstanding, right? They have 14 freshmen and sophomore offensive linemen on the team that are all highly regarded recruits, right? Similar amount of defensive linemen that are all highly regarded, including Lightfoot, Pickett. We talked about Hayden Lowe already, right? And a bunch of other guys coming in. Linebacker, Cam Pruitt is a guy who I think is really good, but he hasn't had a chance yet. They got young linebackers who are supposed to be really good also, right? Kamal Bonner's been hurt all year. He's supposedly He's looking really good in practices now, and he's going to be good really good next year, I think, as a starter. And the defensive backs are the strength of the whole damn team, and they're young. Xavier Lucas is going to be a junior. Frederick's going to be a junior. Damari's going to be a junior. Poyser is going to be a junior. O'Connor is going to be a junior. Thornton's going to be a junior. They're all, unless they go to the NFL, they'll be back another year after that. And you got Fitzgerald. Antoine has shown that he can do some things, right? And
Antoine looked good.
And you got
Antoine looked good.
Right. And you have 7 or 8 true freshmen, redshirt freshmen at DB. Like, this is what I'm trying to explain to people they're not listening to. You don't need massive amounts of portal guys when you have homegrown developed talent. And it's actually better to have that homegrown developed talent because you don't have to teach a whole new group of guys, a group of 20 guys, 12 of whom are starters, what the culture is. It's self-perpetuating. The talent is self-perpetuating. That's how it should be built. That's why FSU failed, because when they had their one good year, it was a bunch of guys who were there as mercenaries. They played really well and they left, and there was no culture built. The culture is built. The roster is built. Everything is here that needs to be here to compete year after year for at least the next 2 or 3 years. And why would it stop? They're just recruiting like crazy. So they need a quarterback. If Luke and Emory don't come through, that's not great. You're going to have to win a lot of 17 to 13 games next year, Hopefully one of them comes through, or there's a magical entrance in the portal in the next few days. But short of that, you just see it coming, which is why I keep saying I'm the negative guy, and I'm telling you they're back. Like, this is self-perpetuating into the future.
I think so, but it sure would be nice to bring that 6-1 home. Like it would just be,
no doubt.
It will. I'm a diehard Canes fan. You can see, and it took a lot for me to get to the point where I was going to fly all the way to Dallas, because the last time I was in Dallas, we played LSU, and that didn't turn out well. But the fact that I just had so much belief in this team, but I also felt like there's just so much disrespect against us in the college football landscape. 10 points. We weren't even 10 points in a neutral field. Were we 10 points in a neutral field against Ohio State? I don't even think we were that.
I believe that's what the line was, right?
Is that the line was? But that's a neutral field against an Ohio State.
I totally agree. I think the line's ridiculous.
Against Ohio State. But you're saying we're 10 points that much worse at home.
Right.
Against an Indiana. And here's what I'm trying to avoid, and I hope the team does. Let's not minimize or disrespect Indiana, and don't believe that they're a real good quality team, but they've never won anything. And they're on the biggest stage. And they're playing for all the marbles. And they're playing Miami in Miami. And for them to come down here poking their chest out thinking we're 10 points better, I don't know. I don't know. I want everybody to pick Indiana. I really do, because
Indiana's not as good as people say. We broke it all down for those that don't.
I've heard you.
I know you have, but others on here have not, probably, because when you look at Indiana's offense, which is ranked 12th in the country, 10th in the country, whatever it is, in total yards, when you look at them against the 7 top 45 defenses they played this year, right? They played 7 teams that all ranked in the top 45 on defense, in total defense. Their offense in total yards would rank 90th. And their defense, which is ranked 2nd, I think, in total defense, or top 5 in total defense, whatever. It's a really good defense in terms of their top 10 in like every category that matters. That defense, when you look at how many top 45 offenses they have played, top 45 offenses in terms of total yards, out of their 15 games, only 3 teams have had top 45 ranked offenses in total offense. And they've done well against them. They've done well against them. Yeah, and 2 of them were Oregon. But they've done well against them, yes. But the point is, that's not a real big statistical amount of times that you've seen them battle various top offenses, right? They played 2 teams that are good offenses all year. And is it possible that one of those teams maybe struggled in one of the games, or both of the games, or all 3 games? They just, they didn't quite put it all together on those offenses. It's just 3 games. So Miami's got enough of a diversity on offense, I think, that they could put up a few points. And if the Indiana offense is really ranked 90th against top 45 defenses, well, Miami is a top 45 defense. So are they really going to put up a ton of yards and a ton of points? They shouldn't. So I'm befuddled by the line, which is what disturbs me, because Vegas, they're not dumb, okay? The big money's not dumb. So maybe I'm the idiot who's saying this, because the line should be 3.5, and it's 8.5. So there's something I'm missing, which I guess is maybe it's Miami's secondary, because there's a big mismatch right now. If OJ and Damari, well, Damari's very questionable, but if OJ's not 100%, I see you holding it up. But if OJ's not 100%, can't play most of the reps, and you're missing Lucas the first half, and you got O'Connor out there a lot, and you got Antoine out there a lot against these really big physical receivers who love doing the back shoulder catches and are very technically sound, and a quarterback who likes to hit that first read and get it out quick. When he doesn't get it out quick, it takes a long time to throw it. So if they can get him to the second read, great. But if he gets it out quick, on target, on time, against cornerbacks who aren't the top cornerbacks at Miami because those guys are hurt or out, that's the problem. Maybe that's why the line's 8.5. That's the only thing I can think of, because that's the only thing that I see that's a major mismatch potentially in Indiana's favor if OJ isn't 100% and if Damari's not playing.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to go.
Yeah, go ahead. What's on?
I wanted to go down my list because I don't want to take up too much time. These are the points I made. I said, Michigan and Dallas, respect your opponents. Don't beat yourselves. I say that if Miami don't beat themselves, I think we're going to have a hell of a ball game. I asked are the DBs healthy? And I know about Damari Brown. You guys have kind of seen him in practice. Mario really never does a good job of letting us know. If he says a person is questionable, I don't even know if they're going to play.
He's got a chronic foot problem that he just can't get healthy.
Okay. So is it a real possibility? The big question I want to answer tonight is Jordan Lyle and JoJo going to transfer? I don't know if you guys can speak about that, but I hope they don't, but I'm worried. Those are the two I'm really worried about.
Yeah, we don't know right now. We just say we'd be guessing.
I would think Lyle. I would think is a distinct possibility. But Trader, I find it hard to believe they let him go. I really do.
The thing about Trader is, he started off injured, and I think that and some other stuff went down, but I kind of feel he can win back. The last thing I have was my last question, and this is going to be it. Can we win our 6th national championship?
Yes.
On Monday.
Yes.
That because you guys have pretty much been right most of the year. I know I've kind of called you guys when you were like you're off like just once, like the Louisville game. But Matt, Gary, can we win on Monday? Should we even watch it?
100%. This is a great matchup. I don't think Indiana, as physical as they can play, is going to out physical Miami. I think it's going to be a very physical football game. The line of scrimmage is going to be huge. Miami's ability to move their defensive front seven is going to be huge. Until we get there on Monday night, we won't know how that will go. But listen, they've been built to do this. This Miami team is built for this. If they're not good enough to win, then they're not good enough to win. But they could not have built this roster for this game on Monday night much better than what they've done. And I think it's going to give them a very favorable chance to win. I think the one variable is how many Miami fans are going to be able to make it into the stadium.
The tickets are outrageous. I'm glad I went to Dallas. I wouldn't have been able to make it to Miami.
I don't know if it's going to be a real home field advantage.
Yeah. What I think about is I just don't want us to beat ourselves. I think what's going to turn the game is a turnover or a big special teams play. I really think it's going to come down to that, and whether or not we're going to solidify whether Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall pick, or he's just going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. I think that's what's on the line.
Yeah, he could slide if he doesn't do well. What I posted, someone asked me my prediction on the board, and I said that I think that if Miami's secondary doesn't have OJ at 100%, doesn't have Damari, that I think they lose. And I think that if those guys are 100% and playing all the reps they need to, that I think they win. And I think I said they were going to win by 4 with those guys healthy and lose by 7 if they're not healthy. So either way, you're right. It could be switched. That's the thing. We make predictions, but it could be flipped on its head by a special teams touchdown. Just, you can't predict. It's funny when people ask anybody to make a prediction because I like to now just do it based on percentages, right? Like, do they have a 30% chance of winning, a 40% chance of winning? Because it's so variable. If you play 100 times, 10 of the time something crazy is going to happen, and it could go either way, you know?
Do you think it helps or hurt that we're playing at home? Because are we going to get caught up in distractions and all that stuff? Do you think it helps or hurts?
No. Of course it helps. I mean, if the culture wasn't in place by now, we'd know it. You would have.
Mario sent emails out to all the families. Leave
way beforehand. Yeah, take care of your tickets. Don't bother your kids. Yeah,
before we start practice for this game, do not be bothering them for tickets and things like that. Let us be, and I think people will honor that.
Yeah, they're focused. They're locked in. There's no distractions. It's a massive benefit having the game here. Like, there's no question about it. But yeah, Indiana travels really well. There's going to be a lot of red in that stadium, you know. So that doesn't matter, though. You know, honestly, this is a team that thrives more on the hate than they do on the love. They don't want the love. They want the hate, right? They embrace the hate, even though Mario says they don't listen to anything. That's what this team really needs and wants and is getting. Everyone hates them. Like they said it before last game. They're like, everyone hates us. We love that, you know. So let them keep being hated. You know, I would almost urge all the Miami fans to pick against them because that'll just make them even madder. You know, even our fans don't think we can win. You know, so everyone should pick against them.
Well, great job, this guy. Is this the last CaneSport Live? We'll have one after the game.
Win, there'll be another one
next Tuesday. Win or lose, we'll be here.
Win or lose, I'm going to be too depressed to come on here if they lose. I'll come on if they win. I'm a front runner.
All right, guys. Thanks for a great season. I look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Great seeing you.
We'll talk to you next Tuesday. Thank you. So let me ask you a question before I let you go. What are the Miami Hurricanes back from, Matt? What are they back from?
From? Or why are they back?
No, what? What are they back from?
They were the trolls under the bridge for 23 years. They were just like giant monsters.
What were they before that? Like when people are talking about Miami's back, what was Miami?
I said they were over that span of time from 83 till 2002, right? A span of 19 years. If you look at that span of time outside of, I guess, outside of when they were on probation, like they were competing every year for something meaningful. At the end of the year, even in that horrible system, if that system back then was we'll take the top 12 teams in the playoffs, they would have been in the playoffs every damn year, right?
Okay, so how can you be back when this is the first year you're competing for something?
Because like I said, I see the systematic progress moving forward. I was pointing to all the young guys just now that have already clearly had contributions that have 2 more years of eligibility. I just read off all their names. The way they're being built, the culture, everything is back to where it needs to be to where you're in the playoffs every year, right? I'm the guy who, if you talk to me in 1990, 1987, 1986, I guess, whatever, 1985, I'd be like, I see it coming. And then like the first year that they're ranked in the top 10 or top 5, I'd be like, they're where they need to be. They're back. They're going to be like this forever. That's me. I'm telling you right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait 5 years later and say, okay, look at what we are. Or you don't have to wait until the year 2031 and say, now we're back. The last 5 years we've been great. I'm telling you, I'm the guy. I went to the end of my time machine. We're back. You don't have to worry about it.
Win Monday night, this whole argument about back is a moot point. But
yeah, one game makes them back. Like, that's insane.
The
a lot more than one game. It's a lot more than one game goes into being back, and they put all that in. It's there. The roster's built, the culture's built, which is way more important than one game.
All right. Well, the Canes are here, and you're out of here. Okay, we're sending you to bed.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Go Canes! National title time.
Billy Dale Lulu says, "What's the plan for center next year?" Right now, we think it's Ryan Rodriguez. There have been no signs of a portal center at all, and Ian Killings just must get Ty Simpson. We don't know yet if Ty Simpson's going to follow through and go into the NFL draft, or if he can be talked into coming back into college. If he can be talked into coming back to college, then the Miami Hurricanes will be right in the thick of that battle. They've got the money, and they're willing to spend it on Ty Simpson. All right, let's bring in the voice of the fan, Bruce Warner. I know you've been enjoying all this carrying on here so far tonight. What do you think, Bruce? Can the Canes be back without winning something first?
Yes, I think we're back. I told you last week, I don't care what you say. I don't care what Mario says. I think we're back. We're back because these comments were relevant. We're all over ESPN. We're all over sports news. We're everywhere. Players. We are relevant and we are important now, and we're going to be reckoned with. And as Matt said, I think we're going to be in the playoffs every single year, especially if they expand it to 16 now, which I don't know. I don't care for that at all. But
you've been having drinks with Kelvin in the last couple of days.
Have I what?
You've been having drinks with Kelvin.
I don't need to drink with Kelvin to know what he's going to say. I know exactly. 12-0, 4. Now it's 14, whatever. You know, he's a character. I love him. But no, I've been talking to Mark a lot. You know, Mark, he's all the Canes. He just says if we play like we're capable of playing, you know the old phrase, kick ass, take names, all those cliches and all the phrases these guys had. I can't even tell you some of the words he uses, but he's confident. Look, I looked at Indiana. I looked at their schedule. Who did they really play? It's the same thing I said 2 weeks ago, although I picked Ohio State. Who did they play? The Big Ten was weak. Penn State was horrible. Michigan wasn't so great. So who did they beat? They beat Ohio State. What was the score? 13-10. And Ohio State missed a field goal that could have tied it. So what's so spectacular about Indiana against Ohio State, a team we held to 14 points? What's so great about them? I know they're blowing everybody out. Do I think Oregon's any good? Hell no. I think that team is a much smaller team than what Mario had. They're not physical like Mario. They're a speed team. They got destroyed.
They were slow though. They weren't a speed team the other night. They were slow.
No, I know they were slow. So my point is, I don't think Indiana has seen an offensive line like this, not in the Big Ten. And they haven't seen a defense like this either, not in the Big Ten. And the only team that gave them trouble was Ohio State. And that was a 13-10 game. There was no offense in that game. So what makes me think that Indiana's going to blow us out? I mean, they might. I'm not even going to predict the score. I'm going to watch it and hope for the best. But do I think we have a chance? Absolutely. You know, and also a lot of it has to do with Dawson. He's got to call the right plays. So I have a couple of notes here. To me, first down on offense and defense is critical, Gary. We can't be 2nd and 9. We can't let them be 2nd and 2. We have to do well on first down. We have to be able to control what they're going to do. And then when we do get in the backfield, we need to smack Mendoza around, not just tip him, beat the crap out of him, knock him down. Look at Sayin. He got destroyed in the first quarter.
It would be nice to get physical with him. No
yeah,
question.
We got to get physical with this kid. But you know what? He makes plays out of nothing. He could run. He's very athletic. He's really, really good.
Spinning around, Bruce, he'll make mistakes. If you can get him spinning around.
Yeah, he'll make mistakes. And they're not used to being in a close game. They've blown everybody out so far. Alabama, totally overrated. Didn't even belong in this tournament. So I think, if we play like we've done and continue that mindset, you know what scares me, though? You know, Xavier Lucas not being there, that scares me. You know, they come out throwing, but we got to go after this kid. I think, look, I also think they're going to put 5 or 6 in the box and try to take Fletcher out and make Beck beat them. That's what I would do if I was them. I'd make Beck beat you. And that's why Dawson's, I think he's got to throw on first down and then go to Fletcher. If they run pass, I don't think we're going to win. So he needs to be dynamic in his play calling. They have to do things that they have not seen. Like all the teams we played this year, the defensive guys come back after the game and they say, we never saw that on film. That's what we have to do. Do things we haven't done. I still would put Josh Moore in there. I think he can get down the field. He's a big kid. He saw it all spring. Give him a shot. You know, and I don't know what happens with JoJo now because he dropped another ball.
Yeah, they keep trying to give him chances, and he keeps disappointing. All right, let's go to Adam. Adam, what's going on, man? Welcome back to CaneSport Live.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, Adam. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Bruce. How are you?
Good.
I think what you guys aren't mentioning about Indiana is Oregon pretty much gave away the game on what did Dante Moore threw a pick 6. They fumbled once at the 5. They got a blocked punt. Oregon just played awful. They pretty much just said, "Here, Indiana, take it," and
Yeah.
that's why it was a blowout. Because and even Indiana could definitely beat God. Even on the first play of the second half, the Oregon guy went like 60 yards on a like a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not that impressed by Indiana. Yeah, they're a good team. Are they 8 points better than us? Hell no. And also,
they're very well coached.
Very well coached.
No, I'm not saying that
by any stretch of the imagination. Absolutely not.
No, Cignetti's a good coach, and I thought he was a good coach when he was at NC State, when he was at Alabama. He's a good coach, and he's from a family of coaches. I mean, his brother is Frank Cignetti Jr. His father was a longtime coach. I mean, he's a good coach.
But I don't like his personality, Adam. He looks like he came from Frankenstein's lab. I mean, he's like a nasty, surly son of a bitch. God almighty. You look at him, he looks like he wants to kill everybody.
That's true. But also, now I lost my train of thought. I mean, also, people forget against Ole Miss, the score should not have come down to that. We had stupid penalties, multiple drops. I mean, we were so much better than Ole Miss, and it was painfully obvious. Especially in the first half, we more beat ourselves. And I mean, look, we're not going to beat Indiana if we drop 4 or 5 interceptions. I mean, I don't know how many times the balls were like in our hands versus Ole Miss, I don't know if our DBs need to go back to the jugs machines, but it was starting to get ridiculous.
Yeah, but some of those were like they were tipping in the air, and they still should have caught it. But it looked like they had it right in their hand. Just squeeze it, dummies. But they didn't. Not one of them.
No, but the great play by Lucas, it was right in O'Connor's hand. Mm-hmm. It was right in Ethan O'Connor's hands. And he drops it, and it leads to a field goal.
Yep.
Or Dylan Day, I think, dropped an easy one that could have been a pick six. It leads to another field goal.
All right. Those things happen, but we still won the game. So now we got to move on.
It did. I'm just saying we can't make those same mistakes against Indiana.
Well, we also had 10 penalties in addition to the 4 drops.
Exactly.
And that can't happen anymore either. You know, we all know that Blaze going to jump offside somewhere in the game where we don't want him to, because that's what he does.
And Scott, I like Scott's aggressiveness, but you can't hit the quarterback on the upside of his head and not expect to get flat.
But that was Justin Scott. Yeah, right in the head.
Well, that's what I meant.
You know, and I think the key to this game is going to be Keontae Scott, and Jacoby Thomas, because those guys are playmakers, and I think we have to make sure that we get into the backfield and knock this kid around a little bit.
Now, is it possible, speaking of our DBs, for them to appeal the targeting call on Lucas and get it overturned?
Everybody keeps asking that. I don't think so. I have not heard any chatter at all about appealing that. I don't think so.
Okay, so it's not possible that you can't appeal.
I continue to ask, are they appealing? Are they appealing? But nobody said yes yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, it just looked like such a bang call. I would think it's at least worth an appeal because he is one of your best cover corners, and this is the national championship game. On the quarterback front, real quick, I'm not overly concerned yet because doesn't the portal close on Friday at midnight? We don't know who's going to jump in between now and Friday. There can be somebody coming out of left field that we don't even know about.
There could be some left fields here in the last few days of this week. I agree.
So I'm not too worried. But if it is like a competition between Nickel, even Emery, or maybe even Darian Coleman coming in as a freshman, of the three, who would you like most to start game 1 in 2026?
Him or me?
Either one of you.
I know what Gary's going to say because I know what I'm going to say. Emery Williams.
You think it is Emery?
I trust him. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's anything to Longstreet coming in, the guy out of Cal, or USC?
Yeah,
because
but
I heard that they
that Mario could trust. He's a 1-year kid. He's not going to bring that kid in. He's not going to beat out these other guys.
Okay. But even for like a development,
Luke is very good. He could, but Emery's got a pretty decent head start on him, and we'll see. But Emery's got a tough decision to make. here
Yeah.
after this game. I mean, does he go to the portal? I imagine his decision will be shaped by what's happened by the end of this week.
Okay.
Gary, don't you agree that when he started against Clemson 2 years ago and he almost beat Florida State, wouldn't you agree that the talent level on our team is so significantly
Massively better now, yeah.
Right. And so it doesn't have to have it all on his shoulders. You just got to execute the game plan, right?
And that bowl game last year means absolutely nothing. They were not.
That means nothing to me. I could care less.
All the best players on offense were not in the game. I mean, the whole thing was a disaster. He took a fall. He took one on that he really didn't deserve. But but we'll see. Let's just see what happens here. I mean, I think both he and Judd are sitting back right now, waiting to see what happens. I don't believe either one of them has signed yet for next year, and they're just waiting to see what the program does, and if they do bring a transfer quarterback in. If they don't bring a transfer quarterback in, I think he stays and competes. I mean, Emory Williams is looking at going somewhere like East Carolina or someplace like that. If he leaves here, if he has a chance to be the starter here, he might stick it out.
Okay. And also, any word? Are we in on the guy from Missouri, Damian Wilson, and Jordan Seaton, the guys out of Colorado? Is there?
As far as we know, the answer is yes, but we have no feel for whether they're going to get them at this point.
Well, no, and a couple other players. Are we in on like the Desir twins? Because I know they're from Miami.
We don't think so.
Right.
Okay. I mean, just for depth on D tackle.
Right now, we don't think so.
Okay. Well, again, go Canes. I do think we're going to win on Monday. I think the line's way too high. I think we win something along the lines of like 27-17 because Indiana does not impress me. I mean, they impress me enough. Good for them. They're 16-0, but it's not like they played two world beaters. I think we by far had the tougher schedule or the tougher path to the championship game than they did.
That's true too, but I also think the first quarter is going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
They've jumped on everybody, and they just can't jump on us.
No.
We've got to be able to stay with these guys or make them feel the pressure of this game because it is pressure, a lot of pressure.
Well, I think if it's like 10-7 at the end of one or 7-3 and we're in the game at the end of one, I really like our chances. Even if we're down by like 7-3 or 10-7, I really like our chances.
Right. But this team's been scoring 14, 17 points in 3.5 minutes. So that's
exactly. We can't turn it over. Carson Beck's got to be on point, and Fletcher's got to cover the ball.
Yeah. And Malachi too, because every time he gets his hands on it, they're trying to strip it.
Exactly.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah. That guy catches everything. I mean, I swear, even on that final drive, even though it wasn't a catch, what an amazing one hand.
Yeah, that was an amazing one. Yep.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
All right. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Have a good rest of the show.
Yeah, one of these players. Hey, this one Morel guy says that I always pick us to lose. I picked one game, Dizball, one time, Ohio State. I'm always lose. Get your head out of your ass, will you please? Some of these people just drive me crazy with their stupidity. All right, who's up next?
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, well, I just don't like stupidity, and I'm looking at it when I read these comments. I always pick us to lose.
All right, let's go to Rocky. Rocky, calm Bruce down for me, will you?
Yeah, I don't like stupidity either. What's going on, Bruce?
I'm calm. I'm very calm.
Y'all brought on public enemy number one. I'm applauding you, Gary, man. Thanks for bringing in public enemy number one.
Who's that? Me?
No, that's me. Because I'm sick of the stupidity too. I've been at odds with the fan base for the past 3 weeks. Here's the deal, Gary. You ready? I don't give a flip. I don't give a flip to both of you about this effing portal. We're about to play for a national title for the first time in 23 years. Mario Cristobal has done it his way, built the team from the inside out, has done it with a line of scrimmage, with the front seven on defense, kick butt and rebuilding the secondary. We got bruising backs. I don't want to hear about no freaking. I'm trying not to curse on your show, Gary. I don't want to hear about no flipping portal. I'm sick of hearing about it. That's all these fans.
Gary, don't blame me. I don't know
what's going to happen to us next year. Listen, here's the juice. Trinidad Chambliss, the guy we just played in the semifinal, the national semifinal.
What about it?
Okay, you too, Cesar. Yeah.
Cesar wants to get you the flip out of here, Rock.
Get Cesar on the show and we can battle it out. Trinidad
I don't know
Chambliss.
why you're coming to me on this. I'm the one that said, like, I get it. Like,
I'm not coming at you, Gary. I'm expressing my frustration with a bunch of fans who all they're worried about is what is Mario doing with the portal when we have to get ready for Texas.
They're not worried about that. It's a topic to talk about.
Wait. Let me finish the topic. You know,
my man Lenore's smart. He's with you. He ain't worried
what I'm
about
saying is, yeah, there you go, Lenoris. There you go. No, look, we have to get ready for Texas A&M on the road. We have to get ready for Ohio State. We have to get ready for Ole Miss on the road at the Fiesta Bowl, one of the most dynamic QBs in the country. We don't have time to worry about the damn portal. Man, get out of here with this crap. Gary, what I'm saying is I'm with you. When what you say is, you have to be real careful about kids coming and going and about people looking over their shoulder. You don't want any distractions right now. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy?
There's a few kids, but but can you imagine you're sitting there right now and you're, Jabari Antoine, okay? And he's got to play in this game, and he's sitting there worried about what cornerbacks you're bringing in that are going to beat him out in spring practice to play next year when he feels like he's making his breakthrough. Like, that's just an example, or Chris Ewald,
or Luca Gilbert, who's getting some burn right now at tight end.
Yeah, any of these kids.
Dylan Day.
You want these kids putting 100% into preparing for the national championship game, not worrying about who might be coming in to compete with them in spring practice or potentially take their job. I totally get it. Totally.
And look, we get 5 extra days of the portal, after the national championship game.
No, that's
we have
5 extra days for guys to go to the portal.
Well, there you go. But
look, the portal's going to be closed.
Trinidad Chambliss, all right, the guy we just played. Where'd he come from? Trivia question. Division II Ferris State, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So there are, what I'm saying is there are guys out there. There's 3,000 players in the portal, and another 3 days, 72 hours for somebody to jump in, for Mario to work his magic. Now that the first couple of dominoes have dropped, and let's face it, guys, we've hit platinum the past couple of years with Cam Ward and Carson Beck, right?
Gary, is he talking about the portal? Are you talking portal? I thought you yelled at us for talking portal, and now you're carrying on with Chambliss and these other guys.
All right,
come on, Rodney. Damn it! Let's hear what you think's going to happen on Monday night.
Well, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a team more disrespected than what we've been. I mean, all the talking heads and everywhere you look, we're going to get beat by 50. We might not even want to show up against Indiana. I've even heard some places where Indiana's the best team in college football since the 2001 Canes, and maybe better than the 2001 Canes, which is moronic.
That's a joke, but okay.
Well, I mean, it must be because I heard it earlier today.
That's not true. But
no,
okay.
Bruce. In all honesty, I've heard earlier today while going through all of the pundits and the people. It's like, man, Charlie Becker's so good, and Omar Cooper and Elijah Surratt, and the way Himby runs and the way Mendoza plays. Like, there's no talk about Miami in this. None.
Okay.
Zero. And
what did they say in 83, 84, Gary, when Nebraska came here? They said they were the greatest team in the history of college football. And by the time they blinked, it was 17-0 Miami, even though they almost beat us. But still, I don't think these kids are like that. I don't think they're built like that. I think they actually feed off of the negativity. If they're really Hurricanes, they feed off the negativity. They feed off the booing. When they used to go on the road, they love that stuff. So I think this is a different mentality. This is not the last 23 years. It's exactly what Mario wanted, and he got it. And I'm a little scared of Beck sometimes. It's sometimes like you go like this, and then he makes good plays. So I got to trust all of them. I think their heads are into this. They know what's at stake. They could really make their lives a million times better. Just ask Melvin and Alonzo and all those guys, Kenny Calhoun and all the guys they were in 83, 84. And also for Bernie, because I think he's back in the hospital, and I want them to win for Bernie. He deserves it. He does deserve to have some happiness.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of years.
Yeah, Bruce. I mean, I agree with you in the sense that if you look at our recent history, this team rises to the occasion better when we're underdogs. I get nervous when we're favored. When we're favored, it seems like we that's when we make our mistakes, a la the Ole Miss game. But when we're underdogs like we are now, they take that as that's the chip on their shoulder. That's the fuel that they need that lights a fire on them to make them to make them play focused, to make them play better.
I don't know anything about Indiana's players or what goes on in private. Look, I'd like to think maybe they see the news and maybe they're cocky. They're going to come down and they're going to kick our ass. And that's why I say the first 7, 8, 9 minutes of the game is critical. We got to bust them up. These guys have to know, hey, go back to the huddle. Oh, my God, we're getting our ass kicked. Yeah, and when you tackle somebody, you put them in the ground. You hit them hard. You have to make these guys understand. This is not the Big Ten. They're not playing Rutgers. This is Miami football. And damned if this isn't an opportunity for us to get rid of all that negative crap from 23 years and turn it all around. And then even Gary could walk up to Mario and say, "We're back."
Well, that's the other thing. We're not back. We're here. We're here. Here's why I say that.
Are you going to tell your friends? Guess what? We're here.
Wait, look. Here's why, Bruce. Here's why we're here. This is a whole new cast of characters. Cam Ward was on the sidelines the other day, at the Fiesta Bowl. We got Carson Beck, who's going to be another face alongside Cam Ward going into next year. This is a whole new group of studs, all right, that have brought us this far, part of the program last year and here, that we're building. And we're here now to begin a new legacy. That's what I'm trying to say.
And the beauty of it is Mario is embracing all those former
absolute
superstars and all those Hall of Famers. And again, I hear that Dwayne Johnson's coming Monday night. I don't know if you can confirm it, Gary, but that's what I hear. So it's another guy. That's why we're back, because these guys are here with us. They haven't gone anywhere. They still love this team. I'll bet you there'd be like 1,000 former players on the sidelines if they let them.
I have a question about that, Gary, and you can maybe answer it. So we know the legends are going to be there, the big names. But what about the Mike James, the Tracy Howards, the John?
They're in a lottery. They're in a lottery trying to get tickets. The ones that are willing to spend the money are in a lottery that's going to happen at some point this week for a limited number of tickets that they've been able to allocate for former players.
Well,
and, they're not all going to get in.
Well, I might be mistaken, but Bruce, I heard you were the man when it came to the tickets. That's what I was told before I came on. I heard everybody.
Listen, I don't sit in the stand. I sit in the former players' suite, so I'm never in the stands. I'm always with these guys.
There's no former suite this time.
What? I know there's no player. I know. That's why I'm staying home.
To get 1 or 2 seats for my kids to go to the game. I mean, they've been raised on the Canes since they were freaking in diapers. And I can't find seats. I mean, it's going to be go on StubHub probably or bus like everybody else. I mean, it's crazy.
And it's just
the program.
Yeah, and it's a shame.
Parking, what, $700 for parking?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a shame. It's like it's that way. But like I was explaining to somebody earlier, unfortunately, it's a free market. And look, the school. There was a lot of people on the board, Gary, complaining about the way it was handling former donors and season ticket holders from the past. Look, the school's going to try to maximize this, right, as much as they can. That's their job, unfortunately. Yeah. And if the market is where it is, that who can say any different? It sucks.
The game at home that they got maybe 25,000 tickets for it max. I mean,
it's premium.
I mean, if the game were in Phoenix or in Vegas or somewhere else, it wouldn't be as tough a ticket as it is. But it is what it is, man.
Look, Indiana. Yeah. Look, Indiana doesn't. The last thing, Indiana guys, they don't really scare me. To me, they play into our hands. They don't show anything offensively, especially that I worry about with our team when it comes to, what could be our kryptonite. They run straight ahead at you. Signetti was very humble today in his press conference, more humble than normal. That's saying a lot for that guy than what I watched him during the year. So all these people telling us we're going to get our ass kicked. I don't know what they're looking at. I think we win by 14-21.
Wow.
Yeah. I think we'll.
Wow.
I think
that would be incredible. But we got to tackle. We got to wrap up and tackle. I think they're going to be throwing quick passes and let these guys run after the catch. We got to get these guys. We can't sit 8-9 yards off the ball, which somebody's doing lately, but we can't. We got to jam these guys and get to Mendoza. That's what I think.
I think we got to get to Mendoza on defense and Bruce on offense. Look, Mario's going to try to bludgeon him. Mario's going to try to do what he did that, through the season that got us here. We're going to try to bludgeon them to death. They're undersized on their defensive line. We beat them all over the place, and we're going to try to run them into the dirt. That's what
I would look for this play if I were you. I'd have Brown and Fletcher in the backfield, fake to one, and then flare it out to the other one in the flat. Those guys could do a lot of damage in the flat, especially Brown. He's very difficult.
Did you see the pump and go the other night the Bears did? Pump it to Malachi Tony on the screen and do a go route to Daniel Zamarian on the outside. It would eat them alive.
Or Josh Moore. That's what I've been saying all season. Yeah, because when you see the ball might go to Malachi, everybody in the other defense reacts. They all react, because they want to tackle him. They want to punish him. But if you fake it to him and then throw it to the other side, I think you could have one-on-one coverage. Okay?
100%. Yep.
All right, Rob. Thank you, man.
All right, Gary. Appreciate it.
Tuesday, hopefully we'll see.
Question for everybody. Who's going to really sleep Sunday night? I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. Oh, my God.
Absolutely insanity. All right, let's go to BT Hurricane. What's up, man? Thank you for being patient. What you got for us?
Gary, Bruce, what's up?
What's up, man? Let me see that hat. Oh, you're a Yankee fan.
Yes, sir.
I used to work when I was in law school. I worked for Fort Lauderdale Spring for 5 years.
Okay. Listen.
I walked into the locker room in the face. I almost said, what the F? But it was Mickey Mantle. Just Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got the Ben Ralph Ferman. My eye.
BK, I think something's going on with your audio.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can hear you.
Hold on. I think I got it. One second.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, don't worry, man. We're going to be coming to you, Jake. I'm letting you get a little lathered up.
Is this better?
Before we do it.
Is this better, Gary?
I think it is. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Listen, I kind of called this about 4 weeks ago. I said that the two teams with the most experienced quarterbacks are going to be here, and both of them are here. I got Miami by 13. The game won't be close. And if Mark Fletcher doesn't touch that ball 30 times, I'm going to be sick because we're the 23 Michigan Wolverines. We could close out the game just by running the ball on that defensive line.
Do we know that yet, BK, or do we need to get there on Monday night and see that?
No, we're there. We're that team. Listen. If we don't win this game, it is a monumental failure by these coaches. Monumental failure by these coaches.
Say that. How can you
I don't know
say
if that's
that?
fair. You're going half-point underdog.
The only reason why I'm saying it, I have watched Indiana play. They had a hard time with Iowa. They had a hard time with teams with big offensive lines.
Penn State almost beat them.
Penn State,
horrible.
Another team with a big offensive line.
Yep.
If Miami doesn't run that ball down their throat and they try to get too fancy with Carson Beck, I am going to just scream.
Yeah, but it might not be.
Matt Leffler's agreeing with you.
Marty Brown is really good, DK. He's really good.
Find a way to get the ball in Fletcher's hands, Marty Brown's hands, whether it's screen passes, bubble screens, whatever.
Yes. And I don't know
Get
in the game. I mean, maybe for a play or two, but that's it.
If Mark Fletcher's not the MVP of that game, I'll be shocked. I would literally be shocked. You could run all over this team. Every team with the big offensive line almost beat them. They just didn't have the talent that Miami had.
BK, you could end up being right. But my thing would be, let's see what happens. Let's get to Monday night. Let's have this conversation at the end of the first quarter. I'll meet you.
Listen, I'm confident.
Concession stand. I'll meet you there. Hopefully you'll be in the club area. Spending the money for the club area.
Listen, I'm confident. I'm going to sleep like a baby Sunday night. Sleep like a baby Sunday night. I would be very surprised if we don't win this game.
Okay.
Miami by 13.
But what happens if we don't? Is there a downside to this for you?
Well, the downside to it,
the whole season?
No, well, it was a salvageable season because we're ahead of the schedule. We weren't expected to be here this far this year. So we're in a sense playing with house money right now. We're playing with house money right now.
Totally disagree.
I have to disagree with you guys.
In the national championship game, there's no such thing as house money.
It's house money.
It's not house money.
That's how confident I am in this team. It's house money. We're going to win this game.
It's been 23 years.
We're going to win, Gary.
Built for this moment. There is no such damn thing as house money.
Gary, you said earlier this year, and both Matt said, that making it to the playoffs would be an accomplishment.
Matt said that. I didn't say
Okay, Matt said this year would be an accomplishment, and I agreed with that.
And win the ACC, which didn't happen either.
Okay, but not only did we make the playoffs,
an accomplishment is not house money.
not only did we make the playoffs, right? Just like Matt said, hey, this would be an accomplishment. We beat Texas A&M, okay. We beat Ohio State, okay. We beat Ole Miss, okay. We have nothing to lose at this point. Nothing. We have nothing to lose at this point.
But there's a difference between not having anything to lose and house money. This is not house money. This is an opportunity to win a sixth national title, and you don't know when the next opportunity is coming. As much as we want to believe that the Canes are back and they're going to be doing this every single year, it's not that easy.
I never said they were back, though. I never said they were back. You asked me what happens if they lose the game. I said, one, I don't think they're going to lose the game.
Don't get it.
I see you. I feel you.
Oh my God.
I don't think they're going to lose the game. But if we do lose the game, of course, there's no guarantee that we'll ever go back. There's no guarantee that we will ever win it anytime soon. Right?
That's why it's not house money. There's no. Listen,
I'm just overconfident at this point.
Hey, BK, I see you every week, man. I love you, brother. By the way, I love you. I love your comments. You
Right.
ask really good points. I love your points of view. I know you know the sport, but brother, house money means when you say house money, that means you actually have nothing to lose. They have everything to lose. They're playing for the title. They're playing for the title.
You think we have everything to lose with what the expectation was this year for us?
But I don't care about the expectations. I don't care. Did Indiana have the same expectations?
Indiana didn't have any expectations of even making it this far. Neither did we. We have nothing to lose. Okay, so maybe I'm using the wrong words. Maybe I shouldn't say house money, but we have nothing to lose at this point. We should be doing everything humanly possible.
No, we do have something to lose.
And they are.
BK.
And they are doing it.
Think if somebody told you, BK, before they played one game this whole year, before they played anything, before the Notre Dame game on August 31st, if somebody said, you have a chance to play for a national title with one game, just one game, you would take it and you would give up the entire season for it. That's no different. That's why I say it's not house money. They work to get to that point. That's why it's not house money.
And like I said, maybe I shouldn't have said house money. Okay, maybe this is my overconfidence speaking here, right? But I think we have nothing to lose at this point. I think that the team accomplished a lot this year. We had the hardest path to the national championship. We made it to the national championship. I don't think we're going to lose, but if we were to lose, like the question was, if we were to lose, what would happen? What does that mean? I don't know what it means.
It means we had a great year, but it would be a spectacular year with the title.
Of course.
Anything that we've won, but to say that we don't have anything to lose,
We do. So if they told you we're going to lose tomorrow, what's the point of playing the game?
Well. Nobody's saying that. This is all hypothetical. We're speaking hypotheticals right now.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is, listen, if we don't win this game, it's not like we went from 13-2 to like 2-11 or 2 whatever. We're not crap.
Right.
We're a hell of a team. We're on the rise. If we don't win this game, we got to go back to the drawing board and do it again next year.
Back to the drawing board. And the main reason why I think we're going to win is because of how I see Mario was totally invested in these playoffs. Like, Gary, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago when I asked you, were they salvaging this portal season for the playoffs and they may not go for a quarterback and roll with Emery? It's looking like that's what could happen, that's what's going to happen.
Good. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I know. Somebody might come out of left field. Ty Simpson might change his mind. But let's just say if Mario invested everything and we don't get the quarterback that we want. I think even with the Emery Williams, with this team and the talent around him, we could win 10 games.
We can win every game. We can win every game. I think we're what are we, the second best team, one of the top 2-3 teams in the nation now? Are they going to put Notre Dame ahead of us next year too?
Of course.
I'm not an Emery Williams disbeliever. I mean, I've watched him on the practice field. He's not consistent like Cam Ward or Carson Beck.
Right.
But Carson Beck is not making any throw that Emery Williams can't make.
And listen, you got to remember, Mark Fletcher's coming back next year.
Yes, he is.
They're all coming back for the most part.
But we could win 10 games with Emery.
You got some tough road games next year, man.
No doubt. And the best part about it, between Emery, Luke, even Darian Cole, it's a open competition. Show you're the best quarterback to run the team, you're getting the job. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a freshman. I don't care if you're a 7th-year senior. If you show the ability to run the team the most efficiently, you understand the plays, you understand your progressions, you know how to slide your protections. You can audible. I won't go too deep. But if you show you can run the offense and you can make the throw, there's no doubt the best quarterback that's on our sidelines will start next year if they don't get anyone in the portal. I'm not stressing it.
You guys, you know what? This is like the other guy who talked to Rocky. Let's not talk about the portal.
No, I don't want to talk about the portal. I want to talk about the win on Monday night.
Let's talk about Monday night.
The win. I think the Canes by 13.
Yeah, okay. and I want to speak about Monday. Just you jumped on the subject with the quarterback. Yeah, but which is again why I say this. It's not there's no such thing as house money. There's no consolation to a loss, man. There's no patting the guys on the back saying, "Oh, we can get them next year." There are guys that are not coming back next year, either due to eligibility or due to that they're going to the league. There's no consolation. We don't know what next year looks like, man. We played 15 or 16 games this year. We have a chance to cement everything in one game to make all that hard work pay off. That's why it's not house money, BK.
Like I told you, K-Mac, y'all convinced me. I'm retracting the house money statement. I'm retracting. K-Mac, I'm retracting the house money statement.
My bad, man. I appreciate you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? You got me, okay? You know what I'm saying? You convinced me.
No, but I'm with you on the win. I 100% guarantee. I never like giving scores. I'm not into the scores because
I didn't give a score. I just gave a total.
Yeah, by 13. Yeah,
by 13.
I just want to say I just want to win. And the reason why is because, but now I do agree with you here. It's gonna be we have to run the ball.
Have to.
It has to be a 60-40. We have to run. But now where I think Gary was going with it, and I will say this, BK. If the defense is rolling 8 and 9 guys down in the box, you have to throw.
Of course.
And so that's why I'm saying that while we do agree that hopefully Mark Fletcher or Marty Brown, whoever, you're thinking that it should be a running back that should get MVP in this game. Now, I don't get it. As long as he got on a white jersey that night.
I would love to see Mark Fletcher get it.
I'll let you go for now.
All right.
K-Mac, a couple minutes, and then I got Jake. All
right, K-Mac, Bruce, Gary, thanks a lot.
Too much more time to get ready for the show. I don't know if he's going to make it. So,
all right.
All right, BK. Good seeing you.
All right, K-Mac, later. Bruce, later. Gary.
Good night, man.
What's your latest on Lofton, Gary? Anything?
He's very questionable. I'm not expecting to see him.
They could put a flak jacket on him.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to predict that. Yeah.
And I'll be quick on it, Gary. I did have a few things to touch, but I just want to stay there. I just think to continue to what we've been doing the entire playoffs, man. Again, I think Dawson made a couple questionable calls in the Ole Miss game. I thought, that getting that possession before the second half, we really had a chance to take control of the game.
Yep.
If we scored that last possession in the second half instead of giving up 3 and then coming back and getting the ball in the third quarter. So I think I was hoping he would have opened up with a run, see if you get 5 or 6, get that initial first down, and then push the envelope. But definitely not had given them the opportunity to get the ball back, which we did. But again, we got away from it. It happened what happened, but hopefully he learns from that. But I think the same concept still comes to play. We're gonna have to dominate the line of scrimmage. We're gonna have to run the ball. We're gonna have to control, just like we did with Ole Miss and everybody else. We have controlled the game with our running game, and then timely throws pickled here and there. Carson hasn't made the mistake. Even the interception he had was not his fault. A guy tipped the ball. Great. No, it wasn't his fault. Great play on their behalf, but it was a great response by the defense. Good response by him. He didn't get flustered. He came out. He still played, strong ball. Same thing Monday night, man. We got to pound the ball. We are dominant. We are dominant. We are dominant. Use our skill set. We're the better team in the trenches. Let's go out there and continue to prove it. And I know we didn't want to do portal talk, but there's one part of it I do want to say, because I've been hearing about the Emory stuff all day. I am comfortable with any quarterback that comes in, whether portal or on our bench. This actually, I think, is a free pass. That if we don't get one off the portal, great. Let's finally really see what we have on our bench and what we have developed, and see if one of these guys can take the reins. But if we don't get a portal quarterback, here's my objective. Go and get the kid from Colorado. You build a dominant offensive line. You build it, and we can run the exact same scheme back next year, just like we're running right now. That's a dominant run game, great offensive line, great run blocking, great pass blocking, and you can have a mediocre guy back there that just has to not lose the game for you.
I don't know where this guy is, Gary. I don't know whether he's leading to other schools, but the kid from South Carolina could definitely. He's massive.
He's a big guy, but that guy from Colorado is even better.
Yeah, he's good.
And like I said,
I wonder why he hasn't committed yet, Bruce. I don't know.
Yeah, $1.5 million. If you get $1.5 million, and you can take Cantwell and do like we kind of did with Okunlola, or even what we did with Mauno early, put him at guard to get him on the field. Doesn't have to start a tackle. Now you have, if we get Bell back, you got that kid from Colorado. You put him on the bookends. You got Cantwell and Okunlola and Rodriguez in the middle. That's a nice offensive line to give the guy that whoever's back there in that backfield, to give him the protection and to be able to run the ball. That's the recipe for next year. And I still say we can win double digits next year and be in the playoffs again. So
I agree. What's your opinion on Bell, Gary, coming back or not?
I asked him at I guess it was the Cotton Bowl, and reading his body language, I think he's leaning towards going into the pros.
Yeah.
The fact that they're looking to recruit a left tackle out of the portal, seems to suggest that they expect the same thing, and we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready, but he is a big guy.
But great game, Ole Miss game. The score didn't indicate how dominant we were. We absolutely owned that game. We allowed them to hang around. Canes have been playing powerful ball. I don't know what Vegas sees either. I understand our secondary might be down a little bit, but I still don't understand why it's 8.5, 9, whatever it keeps fluctuating to. But regardless, man, the kids are going to have to play it on the field. There's nothing about Indiana. There was nothing about Ohio State. There was nothing that ever made me scared. Again, I don't know. Where's Miami showed any indication that they could be blown out? I don't understand. They haven't been blown out in, I can't remember the last time when, but I just don't understand what makes anyone think that this team and the type of ball that they can play makes people feel like they're getting blown out the gym. But like I said last week, Gary, my whole thing.
They lost 2 very close games last year, and they lost 2 very close games this year.
Exactly.
And they haven't come close to getting blown out by anybody, including some of the best teams in the country.
No,
so they're gonna show up on Monday night. No,
absolutely, and I think we will. All right, guys. Tell Jake I said hello. What's up, Jake?
Good night, okay?
All right, guys. All right, Bruce.
Go Canes.
Tuesday night. Okay, so Ian Killian says Emory or Luke ain't winning playoff games next year. Ian, honestly, you don't know that. like we don't know how good they would be with this team as good as it is next year. That is a to be determined situation, and I'm not like right now. Like, no, you're not going to ask them to win it themselves, but this is going to be a pretty good team next year, and they're not going to have to win it themselves. Just like Carson Beck hasn't had to win it himself this year, to be honest. I mean, Carson Beck, I don't think does he have a 300-yard passing game even in the entire season?
I don't think so. He certainly hasn't had that many long passes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't remember what he had against Bethune or whatever, but yeah, I mean, there haven't been a lot of deep balls. He doesn't throw a good deep ball. I mean, they haven't asked Carson Beck to do this thing himself this year, so we'll see what happens. All right, man, we're gonna let Jake take us home here. What is going on, Jake? How you
Look
doing?
at that microphone going. Love it. I love following BK and K-Mac. That was awesome. I'm going to take right off where BK ended. This is house money, but it would be really dumb to get this fucking far and not finish it. Here's the reason why. A month ago, we were having this show on a Sunday night where it was like, holy shit, they actually let us in.
Yeah.
They actually let us in to
Yeah,
this.
hard
They
to
let
forget
us
that.
crash their party. And boy, did we. Boy, did we. I think they regret that a lot. 2 SEC teams, a Big Ten darling. And what have we done? We've dispatched all of them pretty convincingly. So to me, I don't know, strategy, game plan, whatever. I'll let Heatherman and Dawson figure that out. But to me, if Ole Miss Miami shows up, I don't know if we win that game. If the Texas A&M and Ohio State Miami shows up, it's very simple. We win that game. Like if we play that dominant on defense, and you'd like a little more offense than the Texas A&M game, but you're not going to have the win factor and everything else like that. Maybe, probably not. But they're just this is borrowed time, and this season you can't at this point. So okay, let me backtrack a little. If we win, and I think we will, I think we're going to win decisively. This team doesn't scare me. This chip on their shoulder bullshit, get it out of here. That Kurt Signetti, he's been practicing this for 2 decades, waiting for relevance. Forget it. They're out of time here, and they haven't been tested. And I would rather be battle tested going into this game. But
yeah.
What my question would be is this the best Miami team ever? I'm not talking talent-wise, but I'm talking the gauntlet we will have had to have gone through to win this championship, to me, is nothing short of amazing. If we win, we will, because I'll include Notre Dame got shafted because you know what? Fuck Alabama. My wife's a fan. She's actually going to be at the game on Monday.
Alabama did not belong in this thing.
No, they didn't. And Oklahoma really didn't belong in it. And so, and James Madison and Tulane beat it. Like, enough of this group of 5 bullshit. They're wasting space. They have no reason to be there. Create an NIT playoff, a participation playoff or something. But they got no business there. So Notre Dame, to me, is a top 8 team. They should have been in it. We beat them. And then what will we have done? We will have beaten 5 of the top 8 teams in college football to win this championship. That's amazing. That may be – I'm not saying this team is more talented than any other Miami team, but the gauntlet they will have gone through to get there is, to me, as good, if not better, than any Miami team in history.
That's a good point. I could see that. They're not better than the 2001s because they wouldn't have beaten them. I don't care what I think.
No. I mean, look.
In terms of the excitement factor and the playoff and the gauntlet you're using, yeah, that's true.
Well, and to do it like consecutively without a break, and
on the road, Jake.
On the road, and we played like Virginia Tech sucked this year, but they're a tough out on the road. and we played a pretty good Pitt team to end the season on the road. So 2 road games to end the season in a must-win situation where normally we cave in the past, and then to win 3 games against top 5 or 6 opponents, and then to beat Indiana. Like, I'm sorry, that might be the best run a Miami team has ever made, period. What are your thoughts?
Indiana, because when you look at it 10 years from now, Indiana, how the hell did they get in there? But, they may be good for years to come. I don't know.
You know what?
I don't see this guy being there that long, though. I think he's going to go someplace else.
No, he's 65. Where's he going to play?
Really?
Yeah. Like, he kind of got passed over for a long time, and that's why, like, I think okay. All right, this is just ridiculous, and this is a very quick aside. Have you been seeing that rumor going around that he like hacked teams like video systems and shit?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I kind of want I don't know. That's just out of left field, but like this guy is kind of a never was until a year ago, and then now all of a sudden he's the hottest thing in college football. Like, I don't know, just crazy. But things happen. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I thought that was an interesting story. But
I'd like to wipe that smirk off his face, though.
He's
hopefully they're taking measures this week that if it is true, it's not going to be a factor in this game.
Oh, I hope Mario spits on his shoes after the game. I hate his guts. He is such a smug motherfucker.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
I mean, he is just because it's like, you're not a sweetheart. You're not crashing anyone's party. You have a whole Big Ten behind you.
Pleading to come on and say something to you, Jake. K-Mac's crashing parties tonight.
I love it. Come on, man.
What's up, Jake? What's up, baby? Hey, I just want really quick, Gary. I'll get out of Jake shine. But I heard you, and I understand your point trying to say, is this the greatest Miami team ever because of the gauntlet? The only reason why I say that kind of that thought process would not be valid is because every team moving forward is going to have to win 4 or 5 tough games to win a title. So then you can say that every year. Next year, whoever wins it next year is going to have to play 3 top 5, top 10 teams to win a title.
Okay.
Moving forward.
I'll counter that really quickly,
everybody.
though, with could some of the Miami championship teams have lost had they had to go through this gauntlet before? Like, I don't 0-1, I think they got it, but like, I don't know, 91 Canes. They were. That was a good team. I was a young man.
You have to go back and look at who they played in a regular season. Like, remember, they scheduled tough games throughout the year. Those old Miami teams, they played Nebraska.
But you got a break. You didn't have that like bang, bang, bang like we do, where it's just
no playoffs back then. Jake.
Yeah, because there were no playoffs, and that's what I'm saying. So if you say that because of the gauntlet they're going through, but everybody from now on is going to have to go through that same 3 or 4 games.
No doubt.
Ohio State. Think about Ohio State's run last year. Ohio State beat 4 great teams last year. Oregon, they beat.
That was a hell of a team last year. I hate Ohio State. It sickens me in my stomach to say that, but it was a hell of a team. And boy, do I wish Jeremiah Smith made a different decision, because I think if he's on our team, we might have been that Ohio State last year. But
I agree. What we're doing is nothing short of miraculous, but that's the only reason why I want to say greatest, because no one ever had to face that type of thing.
It's a Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe discussion where like there's no definitive answer. You'll never answer that. But when you
one team is the greatest.
What's that?
That 0-1 team is still the greatest, and then the 0-2 team was probably even better, but they got robbed. But we'll never know.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like, you'll never know, but just like having to play that bang, bang, bang right one after the other, we will have beaten 4 of the top 7 teams in the country 1 week after the other. I know we used to schedule tough teams any place, anywhere, anytime, but we didn't do it 4 weeks in a row on the road.
It just adds up. So if we're in the same, if we're fortunate enough to be in the same position next year, Jake, we will have to beat the same number of top 10 teams again.
Oh yeah, no,
it's just the way the format is now.
This is the only reason why, I wish we weren't in the ACC, because, like, how much fun I've been at the last 2 games. Just Holy shit! What a time of my life! That
we were, but you wouldn't want like doing this. Like this is unbelievable. Like playing this level of a competition week.
That's
after
amazing.
Week. I love this system. Okay?
No, this is awesome.
This is awesome. But
I was so in the Fiesta Bowl, we were in the end zone when Carson we were kind of in like the corner when Carson Beck ran that one in, and it was holy shit. Like I almost went into shock. It was out of this world. And just like being at that Cotton Bowl game when with Keontae Scott, once he picked that off, forget it. I knew that Ohio State was just going to roll over and play dead.
Classic.
I mean, I didn't get to go to
every game has pretty much been a classic. Outside of Ohio State was domination, but every game we've played has been a classic. And your point to ACC,
these last 3 weeks,
it's been phenomenal.
It's been
wonderful.
I mean, so that's another reason why I say house money is that like at the end of the day, this is about entertainment and having fun and loving
entertain. I want to win. Don't you think that the SMU loss was the kick in the ass this team really needed?
We didn't come this far to fucking lose.
Talked about this.
And we
Mario
certainly
told them,
didn't come to lose on our home turf. This will be the first time ever in college football teams won on their home turf. That's amazing. Let's do it. Why? Why would you come
time this?
Wait.
We won in the Orange Bowl 3 times.
We beat Nebraska here for the national
title. About the first
Bernie
time in this format, not
this format.
Correct. We won 3 in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, we beat Nebraska twice. We shut them out once.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we've played in this format before, and I'm gonna get off Jake's shot. Last thing I want to say, Jake, in terms of the ACC, the only thing I will say is this, and me and Gary talked about 6 weeks ago. There's no we should own the ACC moving forward. There are no more excuses not playing an ACC championship every year from now on. This has set the new standard and the new bar. Anything less than ACC championships every year is now that's a failure because we are clearly head and shoulders above
so much more
anybody in the ACC. There's no more parity ACC wise.
And especially, I mean, Clemson has just gone to shambles. And Florida State. Exactly. Both of those. I mean, Florida State.
But aren't they evidence that you can't count on doing this every single year? Which is why I say it's not fun.
Okay, so one thing, and I'm probably going to piss some people off with this. Quit fucking ragging on Dan Radakovich for this whole ticket thing. Look, there's a lot of people who want to go to this game. It costs. We're 10 minutes ago, we're talking about a $7 million quarterback. Where the fuck do you think this money comes from, guys? Like, they got to make some money here on this thing. Capitalize on it. I got zero problem with it. Admittedly, I'm going to the game. So but like they got to make money because we don't have the alumni base. Think about Ohio State. Anybody with a pulse in the state of Ohio can go to that school. Alabama, like all these, they've got 5-10 times the graduating class that Miami does, 20 times. Miami's got to make some goddamn money.
They have 5 times the amount of students too every single year. 50,000
exactly.
And so, 50. Like, it's the same every year. This is never going to change the money from Miami. It is what it is.
No, but you gotta make hay while the sun shines here, and it sucks. I mean, because there's a lot of people who deserve to go and love to go, but
I think it's a little too expensive. But that's whatever. That's what they set. It's fine.
You know what? Honestly, though, kudos to Miami fans. Look at I was just on SeatGeek when Gary was talking about the seats earlier. We are not like I'm proud of our fan base actually because we're not. You look, there are way more tickets on the Indiana side than there are on our side.
You mean available? Available.
Yeah, available. We're not selling our tickets.
Miami fans want to go.
Hey, we had a lot of people in the Fiesta Bowl. I thought we did good.
I said $10,000 per ticket was my price. It'll never get there. I set a price that was unobtainable. But I'm like, all right, if I can get 20 grand, all right, I'll watch it at the sports book at Hard Rock. But but even at that, I would never sell them in a million years.
You're coming to town? You're coming in? You staying at the Hard Rock?
Yeah. I'll be at the Hard Rock. Yeah. And no, I mean, at the end of the day,
I look for you, man. I may have to stop by and look for you.
All right. Hey, yeah. Like, shoot me an email or something. I'd love to buy you a drink or something. Yeah.
I got a busy schedule.
I'm sure you're probably.
When are you going to be there? When are you going to be at the Hard Rock?
I'm going to be there Saturday to Tuesday.
All right. I'm gonna try to pop in there Saturday or Sunday night. I'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. I would love to buy you a drink. I mean, Gary, this is the culmination of. You've been putting up with this bullshit for 10 years now. We've been doing this live show, and finally, it's like we're having fun.
Hey, Jake, if you want to have fun, go to the former players' tailgate party. That's fun.
Dude, I can't get into the goddamn parking lot. I'm actually just taking the shuttle.
Walk into their tailgate. You can walk.
They run a shuttle from the Hard Rock, I think.
Yeah, they got a shuttle from the Hard Rock. Okay, can you go to the tailgate or?
You can. You got to know some of those players. You recognize them, don't you?
Oh, I'd recognize most of them, but am I invited? I guess is the.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Next Tuesday night,
after the win,
celebrating a victory here. Thanks for coming on the show, K-Mac. Multiple times on the show tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I love it.
And Jake, thank you. And I'm going to try to look for you at the Hard Rock. You'll be around, I assume, in the evening.
Oh yeah. We're hanging out all day. Yep. I hope one last thing. Keep pressing this line further and further to Indiana because
you can just walk over to Hard Rock Bet and get your.
I want that money line so bad. Keep it. It started out at about 225. It's about 290 right now. Keep it going. Let it be 500. I want plus 500 on the Miami straight up. Fuck. Oh God, I love it. Yeah, pay for my trip.
I went to in Phoenix last week. I went to they had a casino over there that I went in and. One of the guys at the craps table says to me, "I'm betting $1 million on Miami." And I'm like looking at the guy, $1 million freaking dollars. I don't know if he was serious. If he did, he made himself a lot of money.
No, these money lines. I hate living in Utah. I wish I could be making some plays here because these money lines are.
But you'll be able to this week. You're going to be able to make a nice play.
You better believe it. All
right, Jake. Next Tuesday night, man. Hopefully we'll be
with a win. Let's celebrate.
All right, we'll make the show next Tuesday night.
Be safe, Jake. Be safe.
All right, Bruce. Any final thoughts?
Just win, baby. Just win.
Yeah,
That's all that I care about. I don't care what happens. As long as we're up by 1 when the zeros are on the scoreboard, that's all I care about. Just win. This could become something that this town needs, the school needs, the community needs. Did you see what Malachi did with $200,000? He built a facility for the kids in his neighborhood to go and play.
Did he really?
He had a building built for $200,000. The kids can go play. It's like a boys' club. Yes.
Really?
That's unbelievable. A kid just turned 18.
That's
unreal. That's the kind of kid that we should support. I support him. And let's go Canes. Let's win one for Bernie.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show tonight. Thank everybody for participating. Tomorrow night we will have the Lamar Thomas Show right here. So make sure you come back tomorrow night as we continue to count down to the moment. Monday night, Hard Rock Stadium, national title game. Like just wow. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, and next time.